My professional world, mediation made a lot of difference to my professional world. Mediation brought some added value because in my professional world, I didn't think seriously about bringing people together, bridging gaps between people. But when I got into mediation, I could see that it is possible that at all times you come in as a mediator all the time in the lives of people where there are differences. So mediation made a world of difference. Indeed, you see yourself as a mediator, you begin to wonder sometimes when you get into trouble, why must this happen? You must try to bridge the gap that exists. The first time I saw myself as a mediator, I was indeed very anxious, eager to make a mark in the world of mediation, because I saw myself as somebody who's been trained to make a difference in the world, to reduce tension in the world, to reduce strife, and bring warring partners, help to bridge the gap between warring partners. So the first time I got on that seat, I had a feeling that I must succeed. The feeling to succeed I was very eager. A lot has happened. I committed myself to mediation. Long before 2000. Formally, I committed myself to mediation in 2004. Before then, I thought I was doing mediation. But in 2004, when I received the training, I knew I was merely trying to force people to be together. But from 2004, I started realizing that it is the warring parties that would solve their problems. I was merely there as a guide, and I was able to do it more effectively. The parties, the first time they came into mediation, what I felt was that I didn't think the parties were misunderstanding on, because clearly you stated their role. As a mediator, you were not there to solve their problem. You were merely there to help them solve their problem, and that they were going to solve their problem themselves. So I didn't think the parties misunderstood me, because I stated my role clearly there. Yes, I stated my role clearly. So I didn't think the parties misunderstood me, because it is when you go there and you pose as a judge that the parties will begin to misunderstand you. But there, I made my role clear. The most difficult case is when you find parties taking a position before coming in there, particularly when the real people behind the trouble are not there. And you find representatives, sitting in their places. They try to remember what they had been told, and they just try to keep to a position. And that is when the mediator gets into trouble. So indeed, when people say they are representing an organization, it's a bit difficult, because they try never to shift, so that when they get back, they'll be congratulated as having achieved what they went there for. Yes. It is difficult to leave that experience behind. It's going home with you. Sometimes you start thinking about it. It's never easy particularly when you haven't concluded a mediation. You are thinking of the solution right at home, thinking over the matter so that when you get back, you will make a difference the following day. It's not easy to forget completely. You forget when you have succeeded. It gives you joy. But when you haven't succeeded, you are always thinking, but I should have asked this question, I should have done it this other way. You could say, I look at the faces of the combatants. I know when a breakthrough is about to happen, when they begin to very easily offer answers to questions. I know when the breakthrough is about to happen, particularly when you have a caucus and you are discussing with them, you know when the breakthrough is about to happen. Because indeed, they will be offering you some solutions. Yes, during the caucus. The rewarding part is when they embrace themselves, when they shake hands. That is the word, that is the most interesting aspect, particularly when the negotiation has lasted so long. And you find the two parties that came in not talking to themselves. You break the ice, and then both of them hug themselves. It gives you so much joy. The joy I have is when several years afterwards, you forget the people. Then you get an occasion. Somebody walks up to you and reminds you of the case. It gives you so much joy. It gives you so much joy. And in fact, at that point, still congratulating you for what you did. And I would tell them clearly that it isn't that easy. But at the same time, go with an open mind. If you go with an open mind, you're going to find some of the parties, some members of parties that are so, cooperating, collaborating, and then we'll make the job easier. Go consciously, don't go there. You don't pretend you know everything. Go there with a good mind, just hoping to reconcile people, and the door will be open. The door will still be open. It isn't as difficult as it may seem, but you'll find that some people are quite amenable to peace. Mediation is a very good thing. And if you realize you're a mediator, and you'll find that you'll have peace at all times. You certainly would not want to hurt people. And there are things you do, you will certainly not want to hurt people in all that you do. And when you get into a crowd, you'll find that you stand out because you will be very polite to people. Mediation. I guess most everybody must have a course in mediation. Because when you go into mediation, you find you get embarrassed when in fact your case is being mediated. So you try as much as possible to avoid it. Yes. They asked me to come for mediation. I was very happy because I would just take my case plainly. And then, but you find that most people don't want to come for mediation because mediation will expose them quite. They'll be exposed, and they don't want to come there. They don't want to come there because they'll find themselves. They will decide themselves. They find themselves in the corner.